Good morning. It is over 100 degrees already, and it is literally not even 10 o'clock in the morning here on a Saturday. So I am running my electrical line from the main panel, and I am running it to the sub panel. Now what I've done is I've kept it external using Schedule 80. Now according to the National Electrical Code, which I have been referring to the whole time, I need to run Schedule 80 if I'm going to keep my electrical above grade, and then my PVC line can be 18 inches below soil grade. Between, if I'm going to go subterranean, I need to be 18 inches down. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm digging the trench because between the run of the house to the shed, I am running that trench. And this trench is going to be the only subterranean, basically below grade run of the line. Everything else is going to be above grade. So it's going to keep it above on the side of the house, drop down, because there's no real good way to run my electrical between the house and the shed without going subterranean. So that's what I'm going to do. Keep it nice and clean, keep it kind of invisible. You'll never even know it's there unless you knew the conduit was down there. So the line should be all run today from panel to panel, but I'm not going to hook anything up until everything is run and finalized. So I just want to get that electrical done before the drywall goes in. I did one piece of drywall. I've never used metal hat channel before, and it was a little interesting trying to hold it up and then trying to drive those drywall screws through metal. And it kind of rips up the drywall a little bit. So I'm gonna have to kind of get a little learning curve on that to figure out how that's gonna work. And then there's no way that I can hold that drywall up while also trying to screw it in. So I've got my son that's gonna help me hold some of that drywall up here. We'll get a few pieces in there. I ran some of the insulation in the ceiling and in the walls, so I can show you that in a little bit. But it's gonna be a quick process to go ahead and get all that insulation in there. And then I've almost completely wired the entire shed, and I just need to put some wire nuts on there for a couple of my junction boxes, close those things up, and I'll be ready to go. So, all right, I'm gonna keep digging my trench and try to get done before it gets too terribly hot. I think it's supposed to be 113 today, something like that. So just something you persevere with, not a big deal. So I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy it. Enjoy watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello now, it is later in the day and the electrical line is done. So you saw me filling that up. I moved the rocks back and it looks pretty seamless other than some rocks that need to be moved back in place. We've got this thing all done and now we just have wires hanging out of the sub panel. So this is a lot more wire than I needed, but I figured I would just get more just in case. I didn't know exactly how long the run was. I think it was 52 or something feet. I just bought 60 feet and I was done. So it's run from the main panel. It runs all the way through the conduit to the sub panel. And now what I have to do is I have to hook all the lines up, get the breakers in the sub panel, route those lines into the lines that run to all of my outlets, and then I will be able to just know that that's done. And once that's finished, then I'm going to be able to, once we're all done, then I'm going to put the breaker in the main and then flip it on and get my outlets installed. So I don't know whether I'm going to put outlets in before or after drywall. I'm leaning to after drywall, but it sure would be nice to have some outlets in there so I can at least have some lighting so I can work at night. So that's a possibility of being able to put just maybe one outlet in and just get that started. So it's pretty exciting getting this done and getting just kind of getting everything to where it's workable, and I guess usable is more so the usable is kind of where I'm going from. So workable, yes, but usable is the key. And I did one sheet of drywall as I showed, and did some more of the insulation, just put the batting up in there. We're doing R13 on the walls, R19 for 6-inch on the roof. So there actually is batting underneath this drywall piece right here. So here's the 6-inch batting on the R19, and then my 4-inch batting for my R13 here. So yep, that is the unbelievable amount of insulation. I put 6 of these in my truck. By volume, that's all my truck could have carried. I had 4 in the back of the truck and 2 in the back seat. I probably could have put 1 more in the front seat, but these things are big bundles. So when I cut them open, they spring wide open, and yeah, it's like eating too much on Thanksgiving and having buttons destroyed on your shirt. So that's what that feels like. So I'm gonna keep going with this, start putting some more batting in these walls, and I should be able to start getting some drywall up. I can't do the ceiling by myself unless I build kind of a T-bar or something with some 2x4s. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. So I hope you're enjoying it. This is fun for me. I'm enjoying this. And I will talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Enjoy watching. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Okay, so here's what's going on. Here's what's happening. I got my gloves, got my long sleeves, got my eyes, and I got my respirator, because this stuff, this insulation stuff, is all fiberglass stuff, and it is a scratchy, itchy mess. So I'm deciding to go ahead and wear all this garb so I can protect myself later and not have to worry about itching like crazy like I did yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting the roof in. All the wiring's done except for some wire nuts. And this, the third section, I'm gonna go ahead and get the back 2 sections done with my batting, and then heck, when I get some help, I'm gonna be able to get this drywall up. So I finished wiring the box. Check this out. I need to call my contractor buddy just to make sure that that what I did was correct. So if you see something, let me know, and I may have fixed it by the time you see this, but let's see here. If I go, let's see here, look at this. We're all done. So we got my incoming lines here, got my ground bar here, my 215s, and each one of these circuits are the ones that go inside the shed that go to the lights. So that's what these 2 are right here. So these 2 breakers. Then there's going to be a third breaker up top. It's probably going to be a single throw, and that will be for the AC. But all that power, I believe, is going to remain external to the shed, because the power will be to the ground unit on the mini split. So that's done. It's done. That's exciting. So those 2 wires that you saw were those 2 bundles right there that went outboard and straight into the back of the box. So now I get to run my batting on the walls and in the roof, and I can start doing drywall. It's pretty exciting. So I guess I'm gonna get started. Oh, here we go. It's an itchy, scratchy mess, and I'm glad I have this because it got in my throat a little bit when I was just cutting these things open. And yeah, it wasn't fun to breathe there for a while. It was kind of itchy. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear all the safety precaution stuff. And I advise anybody doing insulation, especially this stuff with the fiberglass, please, please, please use as much precaution as you can with this, because the last thing you want to do is breathe this stuff in. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's get started. Okay, thanks for watching again. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay, dog, get out of here. Come on. Yep. Alright, you're gonna stay outside. I don't know if you can hear this, but I can see the fiberglass falling. So I know that's what I was breathing in the other day. It was not fun. So it goes up pretty quick though. Okay, that is god awful. It is 113 degrees out here. I am literally covered in insulation, sweating like crazy inside this thing, and I got the majority of the roof done. I didn't get the last section done because I have that junction box to finish right there. That junction box still needs some wire nuts on the 4 connections for my lights, and then I got to put the junction box cover on there before I can put the insulation in. And then once that happens, then I'll be good to go. So that is miserable. I think I need to jump in the pool. That's what I think I need to do. Ooh, look at that grass. That grass looks nice. Check this out. Look at that. Look at how vibrant that looks. I've been watering it like crazy. It's really been growing nice. I just cut it this morning. All right. Yes, it's going to be a nice sunset tonight. Okay, well, at any rate, I think I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get this thing back on while I got the shirt and the gloves on and sweating like a pig. I think I'm going to go ahead and just keep going. And I'm probably going to get some walls done. And then I'll be able to rock and roll in the drywall. All right. I'll see you later. Have fun. All right. It is a hot one out here. I am doing some drywall right now. So as you can see, I finished the majority of the insulation in here, and now I'm working on just getting drywall done. Now, I've never really done drywall, just a little bit of repair here and there in the house, and I've used those weird spray can things of texture, but I've never really done a complete room of drywall, so this is my first attempt. So other than, just getting on YouTube, just like you're doing now, and watching how other professionals do this stuff, I'm kind of just trying to figure this out. So with the hat channel, and that's holding all in my insulation in, I bought this little tool from let's see here, from Harbor Freight. Check this out. Let's see. It is now I've already had the oscillating tool here, but this little thing is almost the exact same size as an outlet. So I mark out my outlets and I cut them out with this thing, and it's almost a perfect result. Check this out. So right there, so I just mark those things and then I cut them, and I cut them after the drywall's up, so then it's pretty seamless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a piece cut here. I'm doing the bottom ones. The top ones are going to be about 47 inches, so I literally have to cut 1 inch off of the, I should have probably done it the other way around. I probably should have done the top ones so it's seamless on the top, and then cut the bottom ones. But hey, it's a work in progress. I'm learning as I go. So I've got these things spaced 1/2 inch off the ground, because I've heard you don't want drywall directly on pavement because it will soak up any moisture out of the concrete and cause issues with mold in your drywall. So definitely don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this piece cut. It's going to be coming this way. It's going to drop down, and it's going to be 8 feet in that direction from that corner. So it's going to end up down there somewhere. All right. So hey, it's been a lot of fun. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outlets or switches already cut out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more holes to cut, and that's it. 4 more outlets. And then I just got some drywall to do after I insulate the front wall and then the rest of this side. Holy cow. I got 5 more pieces to the roof, and then I'll be able to start doing the upper pieces. So this is a work in progress. It's hot as all get out here in Arizona right now. It's dinner time, and it's still probably 112, 111 or so outside. So it's just a sauna in here because I've had this swamp cooler going, and I can't really talk with that thing on. That's the only reason I turned it off. Let's try this. Feels good though. It does feel good, but it's just loud enough where you can't hear me if I'm trying to talk over the top of that thing. So without screaming, I'm just going to keep that thing off while I'm talking to you. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get this piece cut and try to get this bad boy in and see if I can not mess it up. I messed up one piece. So a 37-inch piece. So I messed it up, had to redo it, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. And yep, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So cheer me on. This is a lot of fun. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. I've got this real scientific way of spacing my drywall a ½ inch over the concrete, and that's by using taped together cutoff wheel discs that just measured them out at 7 of them equals a ½ inch. So that's what I do. I put them on the floor, rest them, and it's almost perfect. So, all right, let's get this thing up here. That one's coming apart here. So what I'm going to try to do here, kind of figure out where my window is, and then I'm going to cut this big section out right here. Now, let me see if that'll stay up. Yes, it will. I got to find my pencil. Let's see where that thing went. All right, if you were a pencil, where would you be hiding? That is the question here. There it is. All right. All right. So I'm going to show you how unscientific this is. I am level with the floor on my bubble. I'm good on my left side. I'm up against the wall. What I'm trying to do is get right on the edge of that window for my, I've got this metal sheeting that's going to make my L. So I'm trying to get really close to that. Right about there. And the bottom of the window. Right about there. Now, that is pretty darn straight. So, if I draw this line pretty darn straight as well off that, well, in theory, that should work. In theory. Now, this one is also pretty darn straight. So in theory, if I draw this line pretty darn straight, that one will also be good. All right, there is my cut. So that's what I'm going to try to cut out. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I've never really cut out sections like this. I've only just cut it all the way down and snapped it, and I don't know how to do this here. All right, how do I do this? If you were doing this, what would you do? I could use a jigsaw. I could use a handsaw. Okay. I'm gonna try to figure this out after I get some water. Okay. I'm gonna try my blade here to see what happens. So if I'm doing this wrong, I'll know before you write a message in the comments. But tell me how you would have done it. We'll see how this turns out. All right. Okay, moment of truth. In theory, should pop out. Whew. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm gonna cut it from the back. Let's see. I can see where I cut. I think it's working. Woo-hoo. It's working. All right. Well, that was a pain in the butt. But it worked. Kinda. It kinda worked. All right, it's not the cleanest cut in the world. And I messed it up on the edge here a little bit in the back. So how would you have done that? This part right here got kind of thin, so I don't know if that's going to be good or not. I can try to clean that up with my blade. Tell you what, I'm never doing drywall as a profession. That's for darn sure. I can already tell you that. I got mad respect for guys that do this all day long. Anybody who wants to do this job and has a passion for it, man, hats off to you. This is no joke. But I am having fun. So there, that's a little high right there, so I probably got to take that down a little bit too. All right. Well, yeah, it's a little high. So that's got to come down. I might try to take this down with the jigsaw later. All right. All right, what do you think? It's definitely changing the whole look of this shed, that's for sure. Nothing in here looks the same. Every time I come out here and start working, it changes the look a little bit more. And I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty pleased. So, all right, I gotta find that outlet. I gotta cut the outlet out, and then I'm gonna screw this piece in, and see if I can clean up this edge down here in the bottom after it's already in and secured and tight, and then we'll move on. We'll see what else we can do. All right, I hope you're enjoying these escapades. I know I am. Okay, time to get busy installing. See ya. Okay, now before I put the drywall up, I marked right here where my electrical box was, straight down with my level. I marked that. I know that the bottom of my box is exactly 12 inches off the deck, so now I've marked that, and now all I should have to do is cut it with my fancy little cutter on the edge of my oscillating tool, and hopefully, if I have measured correctly, you will be amazed that I have gotten it perfect. So fingers crossed. Let me plug this thing in and you can watch this happen. It's a lot of fun. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to put you down. Right, we are so close. All right, I gotta cut the top just a little bit more. What I found out is that this is slightly smaller than the average box. So now I can push it in, and look at that. Look at that. Okay, now I'm a little bit wide on this side by about a little under 1/4 inch. But when I put the plate on that, never gonna see it. So that is how I've done all of my box cuts. It's pretty cool, huh? I'm impressed. So this one is effectively finished, minus a little trim work, and then I can keep working on the ones off the ground. So, but here's the deal. I ran out of 1.25 inch drywall screws, so now I am at a standstill, so I can't really go any further. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just gonna keep going. I got 1, 2, 3 more outlets to cut, and then I will be effectively finished with that little tool that I bought, and then I can pass it on to the next person doing a drywall project. So if you're interested, hey, send me a message. I'll send you this tool. Really. All right, take care, see you soon, keep watching, and thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching. We love that you guys are watching us. We love that you guys love the DIY world. Send us some information on what you're working on. We want to see it. We want to cheer you on in your DIY adventures and your projects. So leave a comment send us a message, do whatever you need to do to get in touch with us, and let us know what you're working on. We thank you again. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.